So welcome, and get a block and a strap for this, as well as the chair. And actually, let's start lying down. I have the block and strap close by. Just come down slowly onto your backs. And we'll just settle in for a minute or two here. Take 3 really deep breaths as you lie down, just allowing everything to go. So on your exhale, so you completely relax your body. You can even sigh it out if you'd like to. I'm going to point the camera down a little bit more. And like I said, have your block and strap close by. And after your third or fourth breath, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Hug those knees into your chest. And actually, let's put our feet down first and grab hold behind your head and lift up your head just a little bit. Tuck your chin in and pull your head back. So you really lengthen and settle it down. So you really lengthen the back of your neck as you come down onto the mat. And then go ahead. And if that feels uncomfortable, you can always lift up your head by curling your mat in, or maybe putting a little pillow under your mat. So again, bring your knees into your chest and just roll them around and around, loosening up the low back one way, and then go ahead and do it the other way. And then hug those knees nicely into your chest. And then let the feet come onto the floor. And just actually, let's grab hold of our strap first. And bend the knee and put the strap over your foot, either over the arch of your foot or the ball mound of your foot. And straighten that leg up as high as straight as you can. And it could be that your leg is not quite perpendicular to the ground. Actually, let's all start about 45 degrees from the ground and press your heel away from you, pointing your toes right towards your shin and knee, and then lift up, lift up, lift up. And even if you slightly bend in the back of the knee, your hamstrings could be tight, but if you keep lifting that leg up, you might feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings. I'd love for you to get that sensation of a stretch in the hamstrings. So just keep lifting, lifting, lifting. Turn the toes towards your shoulder and let that leg come out to the side. Towards your right shoulder. Let the leg come out to the right side. A couple of breaths here. Keep pulling the toes back and pushing the heel away. And I certainly can feel it in my hamstrings. I hope you. Yeah, and it's a nice sensation. You feel like you're lengthening those good old hamstrings. I hope you feel that way too. And then come on back up and release the strap, bend the knee, and we'll do something a little different here. So we're making that figure 4. Keep the foot flexed, have the ankle over the thigh, over the left thigh, and keep the left foot on the ground as you press your right thigh away from you. Just a little bit of a different way than we usually do. There's so many different names for this. +4, I've heard it called. Floor pigeon. And then release that. Keep pushing the thigh away as you pull that ankle in towards your body. You can hook your left hand around your left thigh if you'd like to. And take a couple of breaths here. Nice. And then come on back and just roll or rock back and forth from side to side. Uncross your legs, and we'll do the same thing with our left leg. So get the left leg up to this, point the left leg up, wrap or bend the knee, wrap the strap around it, bring it down about 45 degrees, press the heel away from you, point the toes towards your shin and knee. Nice. And then see if you can bring that leg up. And maybe feel a little stretch in the calf muscle as well as the hamstrings. And pull it in towards your body. Try to keep that chin tucked into your chest. And then put the strap, both sides of the strap in your left hand. Turn the left foot towards the shoulder and bring that on out. Keep that right hip down. Just breathe here. I'm getting a little stretch in my inner thigh. Perhaps you are too. And then come on back up, all the way up. Release the strap, put it over to the side, and we'll do the same thing here. So you'll cross the ankle, keep that foot flexed. So first we'll just cross the ankle over our left ankle over our right thigh and press out our left hip with our left hand. Keeping the right foot connected at first. And breathe. And then you can lift that ankle in towards your body, but keep pressing your left thigh away. And if you'd like, you can even hook your right hand around your thigh there. And keep pulling the ankle in, pressing the left thigh away. And then release it. And you can either have the foot on the ground, the right foot on the ground, or lift it up and you just rock back and forth. Nice. Very nice. Okay, and then let your legs both come down and let's grab hold of the block. So what I like to do is put the block between my thighs here and have a 90-degree or as close to 90-degree. And this is angle at your knees. And this is something you can actually change depending on how much of a challenge you want. You can maybe have your legs straight or maybe have the angle a little bit tighter, whatever feels right for you. And so what we'll do is squeeze the block and release it. And just do 2 more. Squeeze the block and release. Squeeze and release. And as we're going to continue this, bringing more movement into it, but remember that the core muscles, so when we squeeze, you can feel you're activating totally the abs, but see if you can also activate the tush and the pelvic floor. So squeeze the block and come over to the right halfway or maybe a little bit further down, but not all the way down. And then come on back and relax. So inhale, exhale, squeeze the block and come down. Exhale, 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 and come on back. Relax on it with an inhale. And then we'll do another inhale again. And exhale, come over to the right, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And back. Take an inhale, exhale. Inhale again and come over to the left. Squeezing, 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 exhaling and back. And actually do any kind of breath work that you want here, but just be really aware of how you're going to coordinate. We'll do those same movements 2 more times and you do your own breath with that, but be aware of what you're doing. Back and over Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release it when we come back to center. Squeeze as we go over. And squeeze, squeeze, and then release when we come back to center. And so this will be the last time. And back. Nice. Okay. And let's put the block over to the side. And we'll come on up to our elbows. And just with this idea of come up to our elbows, actually, and spread our legs out. Rock back and forth a little bit here. And bring your left leg in, and you can have your right leg straight. Bring your left leg in, straight in front of you, or off to the side if that feels a little bit better for you. And inhale, lift up through your heart, keeping your chin tucked. And then turn just slightly on your next exhale over your right thigh, and then just start walking your hands down over that leg. Trying to rotate from the pelvis first, and then let the back round. After you can't go any further, and see where you can use your leg, your hand and your leg. And actually, if you like, you can use your strap. We all have our strap close by. You can take your strap around your foot, and maybe that, without white knuckling the strap, but with a gentle pull, maybe you can come down a little bit deeper into the pose. And take a breath or two here. And then release it and walk your hands back on in. And then actually let's put the strap around our foot and have the strap in our left hand. And so from here, we'll come down a little, not as far as we did before, and then we'll turn over looking to the right. And you can maybe even bring your left hand, you don't maybe need the strap, maybe you can bring it on the outside of your leg or the outside of your foot. Relax your shoulders down. And then turn over your leg and come on back up. Nice. And then actually we can use the strap again. So grab hold of the strap, open up your left shoulder, lift up your left arm and come up and over, pressing that left sitting bone down to the earth. And then come up and over and around, and then release the strap. And so what we'll do now is to change over to the other side. We'll come through boat pose. So just for the fun of it, lift up through boat pose. And then come on down, just so we get a little action in here. Come on down and extend your left leg out in front. Have your right foot in towards your left leg. And for me, I need a little help with this knee. So I'm going to put a block under my leg there. Okay, so we can grab hold of our strap first. And comes up nice and straight. Excuse me, my goodness. And inhale, lift up. And exhale, just turn a little bit over, bringing your sternum maybe over a little bit towards the mid-thigh. And then lifting up, letting the pelvis move you, come on forward. And you've got the strap there. If you want to release the strap and grab hold of your foot or your shin or calf muscle, that's just fine. And come on down. And then come on up, nice and slow and easy. And then grab hold of the strap with your right hand and lift up and turn towards the right. Come down so you can grab hold of the strap or the outside of your foot, the outside of your leg, whatever feels most best, most better, whatever feels more better. And breathe here into a little twist. And then come on back up and come up straight. And then we'll do that opening. So you can pull gently back with your right hip and then lift your right arm up over your head and come on over the left leg, pushing the right sitting bone downward. So you really open up that side, right side of your body. And breathe. And then come on back up. Nice. Beautiful. And let's come out of it into our boat pose, just briefly. Boat pose. And actually from here, we can start rocking. Whoops. Rocking back and coming up. And rocking back and coming up. And rocking back. And you can, when you come up, don't touch the ground. We'll do it 2 more times. And you engage all those core muscles. And 1 more time. Hold it, hold it. Just a simple boat pose. And then from here, we'll come up to standing. And you can do that perhaps through a squat, but you don't have to. But if you can, come on up to a squat, lifting up your tush. You know what? I'm going to show you, look like, Janet, did you come up through a squat? I should have, I forgot. Anyway, okay, so let's come all the way up. It's just, and actually, let's come on down. Let's come down into a squat. And if it's even just like this, I'd like you to come down as far, if you can come down a little further, pull your tush back, because there's a really nice way that I've learned to come up from the squat that is helpful to me anyway. Because let's see, so what it is you push your feet into the earth, and then you lift up from your tush and come into a forward fold that way. And I really like that way of coming up to a squat. So lift up your tush and then come into a forward fold. And then bring your hands onto your shins or thighs and inhale halfway. Exhale, deepen. And then either bending your knees or keeping your legs straight. Actually, let's bend our knees, first one. And let's really let our upper body release. So we're really pointing the crown of our head down towards the earth. And you can swing back and forth. Just let that upper body release with your knees bent here. This is a nice, gentle inversion. And then inhale as you grab hold of your elbows and inhale and slowly, slowly, slowly roll up. Rolling up, letting the chin and chest, good night, what is the matter? Letting your head be the last thing to come up, keeping the chin into the chest. Okay, and then we'll just ease it out a little bit. And we're going to come up to the front of our mat and just give the sun our respect and love with just a simple sun salutation. Inhaling out and up. So hopefully we're relatively warm by now. Exhaling, leading with the heart. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, deepen. So bring your hands down by your feet, bend your knees, step straight back with your right foot and pull the right hip forward and the left hip back and swing your arms on up into warrior one. Or crescent pose, wherever, if you might want to keep your toe curled under, or if you want to land your foot, it's okay. This is just a simple sun salutation. And then we'll bring our hands down by our front foot and step straight back into plank pose or knee plank and slowly descend to the ground. And then inhale halfway up or inhale into cobra. Exhale, come down. Either bend your knees or curl your toes under and lift up in through plank into down dog. And pause here in down dog for a breath or 2 or 3. And maybe pedal your feet out, your knees out, it would be more accurate, by bending one knee and straightening. And then look on up at your hands and walk on up to your hands. Or hop up. Inhale halfway, exhale deepen. And your choice, either keep your legs straight or bending your knees and roll all the way up and out. And then the other side. So inhale out and up. Lead with the heart, come on down. Inhale halfway, exhale deepen. Bend your knees, step back with your left foot. And you can either keep the toe curled under into and come on up to crescent or hop it forward or get the heel down and come into warrior one. Yogi's choice. Lifting up and then we'll float down, come into plank pose and all the way down plank or knee plank, of course. Inhale up into cobra. And then either come up through curling your toes under or bending your knees all the way up into downward dog. Now I want to do something a little bit of a relatively easy inversion. So what we'll do from here is walk our feet up to about 12 inches away from our hands. And then let your right foot come in so that you form a tripod with your right foot and your hands. And then just lift up your left leg and bring your body in as close to your right leg as you can, a standing split. And so again, just let your upper body, especially your head and neck, be so relaxed. And just and let gravity kind of gently pull them down towards the ground, opening up the spine. And then come on down, and we'll do the same thing with the other foot. So bring your left foot towards the middle, so you form a tripod with your left foot in your hands, and lift up your right foot, right leg. And take a couple of breaths here, and then bring your right foot down to our stand, just a gentle standing split. Now, our head has been down for a while, so we should slowly come on up. And we can do that, either by bending our knees or straightening our legs and coming up through a reverse swan dive, or just gently roll up, which might be the best. Gently roll up. And then coming on up. And if you feel at all dizzy, put your hand on your head, on the hot spot of the head. I mean, we all have this hot spot. Can you feel it? I learned about this like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been there my whole life. Okay, so now let's come standing. And we'll just do a little bit of our QiGong now. We're going to do a little mixture, I think, here. So just swaying back and forth with the idea of just ease. Ease in your shoulders, in your arms. And then we'll just slow it down easily and effortlessly. And do our gentle tapping. Or, this is something that you can do, I think, maybe with any tapping a lot of people do tapping these days, you know, whether it's with your fingertips. This is with a gentle fist, but we can do it as hard or as softly as we want. And then come under your arm. Turn your palm up to the sky and come down the front of your arm to your fingertips and turn your palm down and come up the front of your arm to your neck and the other side. Get the chi, get the prana moving, get that energy moving around our bodies. And as we're doing this, just check out your legs. You want to make sure they're nice and soft. Your knees are straight, but not rigid. And then come down to the fingertips, turn the palms over, palm down, turn and come up. And I'm pretty sure I did my underarms, but this is a good place to get both underarms. And the neck too, lots and lots of lymph nodes in the neck. And the head. And now we'll get our back. I like to get my back first, and my tush, and then come up and get the kidney channel on either side of the spine. And then down the outside of your legs and up the inside of your legs. And then down the back side of the legs and up from the feet. From the toes all the way up to the groin. And then we tap that groin. And the groin. And then we're going to flick our wrists. And as we have, I can show you, and as we flick our wrists, whoops, we can lift up our heels and drop them down. The heels are pumping energy up into the heart. Flicking the wrists can help with emotional stability. Okay. And so now we'll just do, I've heard these called like almost anti-arthritis because we really get into all of the joints pretty much here. So let's just rotate really slowly and gently our head around our neck and shoulders. And I think when we move slowly, we just get a little more information about what's going on. And then reverse directions, like, any muscles that might be a little tight. Circle around in the other direction. Come on back to center. And again, I used to do this. I used to really kind of and now I'm trying to do it more gently. And I kind of liked it better. But that can be yogi's choice again. And then reverse. Or QiGong's choice. Okay, and then open. And feel that your shoulder blades or your elbows are pulling back, that it's just not your lower arms, but it's your getting into the back as well. You probably can't see it with this shirt. And then palms down. Okay, and now let's get our hips. Rotate around the hips. One way and then reverse. And then just forward and back and forward and back, forward and back. And then we'll get our knees. So 3 positions for the hands, palms over the kneecaps, fingertips around the kneecaps, or maybe fingers on either side, thumb and forefinger on either side of the kneecap. You know, feel what's right for you here. I actually like to do all of them at some point. I do these every day, so I change it from day to day. And then reverse directions. And then we're going to go forward, around and back, and forward, around and back, and forward, around and back, and then the opposite, back, around, out, in opposite directions. And work it out. So, so ankles. So come onto your toe and circle around on your big toe, one way, and then the other. And then coming forward, if you need to find something to balance on, balance, or, try your best to use your own balance. Use as little support as possible, but stay safe. And then around the other way, and up and down and up and down and side, 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 and shake it out. And then the other foot. Coming around on the toe one way, and then the other, and then coming forward and rotating around one way, and then the other, and up and down and up and down and side, side, side. Shake it on out. Okay, I'm on the hands now. Go back and down, opening up the wrists, and then interlacing the fingers and loosening up the wrists and the elbows. This gets into both. And I like to go in both directions. It's hard to see that. Anyway, just making come little Gumbies. And then the palms of the hands. 9, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and sides of the hands. And then the tapping again, remembering to get and it doesn't matter if you start with the back of the hand or the palm, but you get the palm, the fingers, and the thumb, and then the back of the hand, the fingers, and the thumb. But it really doesn't matter which way you start. As a matter of fact, I always start on the palm, but probably what I like to, just to change things around, I'm going to start on the back of my hand with the 5-pointed tap. Just it helps me stay a little tiny bit more aware of what I'm doing. Just do things a little differently. Try to brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand, at least for, 15 seconds. Just so it doesn't become a rote. It doesn't become rote. And then the same thing with both hands, of course. Or what I sometimes do is try to take my shirt off. So usually my left hand's on top. And so I try to do it the opposite way. And it keeps me thinking. It keeps me in the present moment. It helps keep me in the present moment, which is what we all need, right? Okay, now we'll get between the webbing between our hands, between our fingers. Gently with the baby up, with the baby finger of the opposite hand. So that finger is straight, but not rigid. The other hand, and it doesn't matter whether you start the thumb or the baby finger part of the hand. But now we'll get between the thumb and all the fingers. The back of the hand. Okay, and then we'll massage our hands. It's almost like milking out It no longer serves us. Dusting off. And then shake it on out. And I don't like to say milking out the bad chi because I don't think because, there's really not much bad chi that's safe for the earth. The earth can use what doesn't serve us now. So we'll smooth out the forehead. Maybe the old chi might be a better way to say it. Our old chi for us, new chi for the earth. Circle around your temples, and then above your ear, in front of your ear, and on either side of your ears. And then we'll get the inside of our ear and outside of the outer ear, inside and outside, just massaging everything, and even the scalp, massaging the scalp. And the back, I like to lift up my occipital ridge and then get either side of the cervical spine. Nice. And then again, we'll dust off. Dust off. Okay. Okay, so now I would like us to come onto a chair, and we will return the chi, but I'm going to do a new, and this is a qigong movement I've learned recently, or well, not so recently actually, but so, and I just love it so much that I want to share it with everybody. But I'm to be honest, I really have not taught this before. So, so I hope I can communicate how lovely this is. And so what we'll do here is first, we're going to bring the backs of our hands together and raise them up just around our forehead, and then bring them down and spread them apart, and very relaxed, make big circles with both hands. Very relaxed. And so you can see that my hands are dropping when the wrists, just because that's what happens with emotion. So they're just dropping and then straightening when you come back. But the idea behind this is that you're not in a hurry, and that everything stays nice and relaxed. So the palms are pretty much always facing the ground here, towards the ground, or like. Okay, and now this is the tricky part of this. I do this when I wake up in the morning. I do this in my bed before I meditate, and it just feels so good with my back. Okay, so now the left hand you're going to bring forward and just hold it there. Sweep the right hand around and look. Let me see. Look to the left and bring that hand in. So we're going to do opposite circles. So as the left hand comes in towards your body, the right hand circles out. And as the right hand comes in towards the body, you look towards the left. Again, with the idea of very relaxed. So this time when you bring your hands in, the wrist straightens. And when the arms circle out, the hands just naturally go down towards the earth. So now we're going to go back to that original thing. So hold your left hand or right hand out, and then bring both of them in. So they're both circling out and in at the same time. Nice. And then we're just going to let our hands gently rest on our thighs. And you can do this either sitting or standing. And I'm just going to do this sitting where we gather the chi. So we'll dust off again. And then we'll just gather the chi. And like I said, if you're sitting or standing, and if you want to do it standing, have your knees soft, straight but not locked. And your arms are, again, they're straight but not rigid, and fingers are straight and not rigid. We'll gather up all the beauty of the earth, all the beauty of the skies, creating that harmonizing chi, bringing in love, loving kindness, and understanding. The place within us knows we're all one. We're all in this together. Feel that you're actively calm, and that we can all be calmly active. So extend your arms out. Perhaps you feel that chi creating a tingling sensation in your hand. And just bring that chi all the way down to your body, creating harmony and equilibrium. Balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Again, just feel that beautiful chi from the outer edges of the universe, from the earth, all around us, just coming in. And this time we'll let it settle with our right hand underneath, our left hand on top. Just settle it into our dantian. And now as we come towards the end of the class, you can gently come lying down onto your back, or stay in a comfortable sitting position, maybe letting your hands rest on your lap with the left hand on top and the right hand. Like I say, just come lying down, whatever feels best for you. Feel this sense of chi circulating around your body, this lovely chi. Nurturing every single cell, nurturing the whole essence of our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and our spiritual body. Like we've said, harmony, equilibrium, and pure love. Feel the chi support the breath with the chi. Every breath, perhaps a little bit more. Yeah, you can stay here if you want to end your practice now. If you're lying down, find yourself in a comfortable sitting position. If you're sitting, gently start opening your eyes. And just maintaining this feeling of ease in your body. Bring our hands into prayer pose. And just giving great appreciation and gratitude to ourselves for bringing ourselves to practice, to the earth for its beauty, to the universe for its beauty and vastness, to all beings everywhere. Love and appreciation, but all blessings to all beings, as Diana used to say. And lots of love to you all. Namaste. Namaste. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your week.